Hello, you're welcome to the Fixers Show. Hello, you're welcome to the Fixers Show. Hello, Team Fixers. You are welcome to a fresh new episode of the Fixers Show. My name is Deborah Dodoche, aka The Fixer. Thank you so much for all your support, everything you're doing, you're watching, you're subscribing, you're commenting, and you're sharing. This month is the month of Dyslexia Awareness internationally, and we on the Fixers Show have decided to do awareness and advocacy for parents, school teachers, school owners, caregiver, guardians who do not understand what dyslexia is or any other learning disability. If you're just joining me, let me know where you're watching me from. Write your location in the comment section. If you're going to watch this as a live, tag hashtag live, and if you're going to watch it as a replay, tag hashtag replay. And don't forget to share the video. Tag every mother, father that needs to hear about this discussion. So today on the Fixers Show, I have my own sister, big sister, sister-in-law, mother, friend on the Fixers Show. Her name is Mrs Lartey Emefa, or Mrs Emefa Lartey. She happens to have my first daughter's name, Emefa, and she happens to be her godmother as well. She is a headmistress, or she's a teacher by profession, and she also is a headmistress, and she's taught for a good number of years, and I believe that she's one of the people we need to talk to concerning dyslexia. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my guest. So you're welcome to the Fixers Show.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you, good to have you, good to have you. I'm so excited that you could make it to the show. So the month of October is the month of dyslexia awareness worldwide. We are creating awareness on dyslexia. I know a couple of people have asked me, what's this thing about dyslexia? So let me ask you, what do you know, or have you ever heard of the word dyslexia?
Yes, I do, and I've experienced a lot.
Okay.
As a teacher, I taught since 83.
Wow. Okay, before we even go into dyslexia, please introduce yourself so people get to understand who is talking.
Okay. My name is Mrs Evelyn Emefa Lartey, and I've been a teacher for all the stages. I taught in the primary school, I taught in the secondary school, I went briefly to a training college, and then I came back to university basic school to teach for a while at the JHS, and then I headed the primary section before my retirement. So as I speak to you,
retires as a teacher? I didn't see teachers retiring before.
So as I speak to you, I'm heading another school, a private school, yes, named the Crystal Gates International.
Oh, so before I forget, I'm streaming live from the Crystal Gates International School in Obojo. So tell us about dyslexia.
Dyslexia is just a disorder in the development of anybody, and it starts from childhood. You know, it's noticed from childhood. It can be genetic, it can have environmental, effects on the child. So it could be a gene from parents. It could be some disconnection from the chromosomes when the child is being formed in the womb. It could also be other environmental problems, like maybe x-rays, some drugs the parents took, and all that. So, I mean, a lot of things. And then there is a missing factor too. Nobody knows where it is coming from.
I like that.
So that is it. But usually it is noticed in children when they are developing their speech. Some have delayed speech.
Like my daughter Emefa, she started talking at 5-6.
So some have delayed speech, and then they pick up. And there are some things they are not able to pronounce. Some words become pronounced, and they don't like to pronounce rhythmic words because they distort things. Yes, so they distort. It's a condition of the mind. So they distort things. So any parent who is vigilant can pick this thing quickly. Between 1 to 2 years, you realize that your child is not saying the normal mama. or daddy, or auntie, and this the recitments they do and all that. This child is not picking up. You know, when you send children to school, to church, in that early age, they come back. They sing and talk, and they give them yes. So
recitals good and scripture.
Yes, and you see that your child is not interested. You see that the child is not interested. So any parent should be able to pick these things from the early stages, and it can be corrected. It can be lived with. It can be adjusted so that the child can develop and be.
Because one of the things I read about dyslexia is that it doesn't have a cure. But if it's managed well, a child can actually fulfill their purpose and their destiny. Okay, basically, let's take it home. The reason why I'm advocating is because parents do not understand the condition. Like you said, if a parent is vigilant, the parent is able to know that the child is dyslexic or the child has a problem. The parent may not be able to say dyslexia, but may notice that the development in speech and everything is not very clear or not very consistent. Especially if the mother has other children that are normal. Let me put it in quote. They are not abnormal, but let me say their developmental stages followed the normal trend. And now they have this child that cannot pick up in school, is slow and everything. So what do you think from a parent's perspective, before we take it into the school, what should the parents be doing?
It is not always the fact that if the child's speech delays, it is dyslexia, but it is one of the symptoms. Okay, and when a parent detects these things, you can speak to the doctor, okay, and find out if it is any physiological. Sometimes some children have this, they call it tongue tie. Okay, so there is something that is tying the tongue, so the child is not able to speak, or just the child is slow in development, so it's not necessarily dyslexia. Okay. Now, as a parent, when you detect those things, you have to get up. Okay. Don't be afraid. After it's your child, you can't go and throw the child that God has given to you. Because children are gifts from God and they are perfect, beautiful. If you know how to handle the child, you don't have a problem. And this dyslexic children, they are in two different kinds. Some are very gifted, very gifted, and some are just disorderly. Okay, that's all. So if you know how to go around them, you won't have any problem. Okay.
But what I have a concern with parents, like my case, I'm going to talk about Selassie. Between 3 to 4, at least you are expecting reading progress, alphabet progress, and those little things that you expect that at this stage a child should know. But I have this problem with Selassie where you do A, B, C, D. She'll forget A, she'll forget B. And you read the entire alphabet. And now when you do it like A to Z, she'll follow you. But when you pick out a letter from it, she will not talk. And she could not pronounce, she could not read. I was very worried. One, because I had other kids who really seemingly did not have that problem. And I was beating her. We're fighting. It's not a joke. I mean, like, fighting, you must learn. And in the course of that, I was always having issues with my husband. I would leave this child, leave her alone. She will learn. I say it is by force. She will learn ordinary alphabet. If she cannot know alphabet, will she be able to, And many parents are in my shoe. I never thought of going to doctor first. I just felt that it's not normal that you could not know the alphabet. And I think a lot of parents fall within where I feel. So I'm coming in we are talking about how a parent should respond to if the parent knows that I've noticed that this child is different from this children. How am I able to work around that particular child? There are parents that will compare. you start saying, this person is coming A, you are coming F, this person is coming, there's that thing in the house. So, and it happens, it's unconscious. It's not like parents mean to do it. It's just unconscious. You understand?
I understand you very well. When we're talking, when you came, Nisha, I was telling you that I myself I have some degree of dyslexia. A lot of people have it. It's just that maybe it is just some small degree. Okay. So I remember when I was growing up, I was learning these 2-letter words, 3-letter words those days, and my father was so frustrated. When I see on, I say no. When I see no, I say on. He will ask you to write, and he will beat you, he will pull your ears and all that. I saw this frustration in my father, and I gave up. Okay. Then later on, I said no. This man is so worried about me, just as little as. So I decided to learn the difference. That one, it dawned on me that today, this evening, I'm going to sit with my father again to do some reading. And immediately you are getting to on and off for on, no. So his hand is already up. So I made a conscious effort to study the word. Then I know that if it starts with N, then it is no. So when I'm getting there, I slow down. Whatever I'm reading, I'll slow down, and then I'll pick it up. Now, it's with all parents. Even if you don't have a dyslexic child in the house, children are different. That is what we parents don't understand. Children are different. Some of them can, give you all the peace you need in this world. You say, sit down, yes, mommy. Stand up, yes, mommy. I'm off. God bless you. Come back quickly. I mean, it's just that child that you want. And there is this one that he says, sit down. You tell you, I will not sit down. You say, sit down. I'm coming. You sit for a while and stand again. What exactly you said, don't do, is what you're going to do. That's what we parents should understand, that children are different. They are different. Now, when we come to dyslexia, these children, you see, parents become frustrated, but we should know that in every child, as I said, I listened to somebody, one professor who was giving lectures on this dyslexia before. He told us that all of you sitting here looking at me have some. Then I started thinking back and I said, yes, I also had this thing. Because you give them notes, they will not copy. They will not copy because they cannot identify notes. Copy from the board coming to the book, you must have that contact, that reading, and they don't like those things. They look at figures and the figures are jumping. It's true. The figures are jumping, dancing before them, and they don't know what exactly. In fact, they live in some confusion states. And these are children, when they are in school, others are playing, they will sit back quietly and watch them. And some can be violent. So when we come, parenting, you should be in constant connection with the teacher. Take the teacher as your extension in the classroom. Take the teacher as somebody who is going to help you. All right? So tell the teacher, ask the teacher, how is my child doing? The teacher will tell you. If you give him work, he doesn't do it. If you do this, he doesn't do that. So, any good teacher will pay attention to that child who is not able to copy all his work. Like even do homework.
Like Selassie, don't bring, you see the book, when she comes back from school, and that bag is there, don't ask her to open it. Don't force her to open that bag. Go drag and drag. Say, Lassie, have you done your homework? Say, Lassie, have you done your homework? Like today, she was supposed to build something. The whole of yesterday, she just got up and said she's not going to school. I said, Selassie, why? She said, I don't want to go to school today. I said, okay, you're not going to school, so what will you be doing in the house? She said, she's not going. So I left her. We continued. She was supposed to actually build. Then she went to the YouTube and showed me. I was waiting for the step 2. to tell me that, okay, mommy, so how are we going to build? She didn't bother about it. She did everything, did her own thing. Then today she got up and told me, mommy, I didn't build. I said, so now what do you want me to do? You understand? But I also discovered for my kids that when you are that, you push them away. I discovered I was disconnecting. I could feel the disconnection in the educational part of it. Then one day the other siblings, because I'm in the same school, they came and told me Selassie can read. I said, it's a lie. They said, we saw Selassie reading in school. I was shocked. So I began to worry. I said, this one that Selassie is not reading in the house and reading in the school. What is the meaning?
You know, this child needs that confidence from you. That, even if the whole world, pushes me away, mommy is there for me.
Yeah.
So if mommy herself is pushing this child away, so what do you want her to do? But now that when she's in school, she can read, then she has seen mommy in the teacher, or she has seen daddy in the teacher. So she will read to impress the teacher or the daddy. So it means the teacher is doing something differently that you are not doing. All right? So what we do is that we pick these children, we do one-on-one. Okay. Sometimes, parents are always in a state of denial. You tell your parents that your child is this, your child cannot write this letter, your child cannot do that. They will tell you, my child is not like that.
They're speaking by faith.
But the funny thing is that few parents that I dealt with, you are talking to them and you see the signs in them too. That they also have little needs.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So it means that the gene thing has worked.
Yes.
Okay. And then it's there. No. So now, what do teachers do? What we do at University Basic School is that, formerly this thing wasn't that loud. People didn't know about it. We just take it that this child is blockheaded. He can't do anything, he can't read and write. And those days they'll just withdraw you, go and learn some carpentry, go and learn some seamstress. Somebody who cannot calculate figures, how can he measure? Okay? And cut and sew a dress for you. That's what they always call our garments. They'll show something for you and you wear, you think you are doing it, and somebody will say that one arm is longer than the other. Because the child can't handle
figures. They call it dyscalculia.
So you ask this child to go and learn carpentry. He goes and the bed he has made for you one leg is longer than the other. And you are lying on the bed and then the bed is this. Wow. So what we do is that we pick the child. The child sits closer to the teacher. Okay. So anytime you come to the classroom, you see, for it not to look like you are
alienating the child,
that does it. What we do is that any child that is troublesome in class, you come and sit near the teacher. So now your table will be by the teacher's table, and the teacher will pay attention to you. So occasionally we bring those children in. Okay. So they come and the teacher is paying attention
and following up.
Okay. So when the teacher is paying attention, you are writing, you are doing this. Then others, they're giving them when you are also doing. So the teacher will occasionally go around. So it is not like every day your child has been segregated, your child has been put there. But we bring that child there for a purpose. We bring naughty children to there for a purpose, just to let them settle.
Okay.
So with that, what I want parents to do is that you work with your teacher.
Okay. That means what if the parent doesn't know? What do you do first? That means you make the parents know that the child has a learning disability, or you have noticed that there is slowness in this, and in this.
You see, you yourself, you have seen the slowness. As a parent, you know.
But not all parents. So parents are busy and they are not really thorough involved.
Because now people are chasing money and chasing the children.
So,
but you see, one thing is that once the child is growing, you as a parent, you know.
Okay.
You are busy. You come home, and this child hasn't done the homework.
Some of them don't want to come back. They are sleeping. By the time they come back from work, their kids are sleeping.
Good. So I am telling parents that please tell this child that when you do your homework, put it on the table. If there's no writing desk in the house, put it on the dining table. Even if I come 12 midnight, I'll come and go through.
Okay.
You see, sometimes parents have to come down, come back. Some of us have to sit with our children when they are doing the homework.
Yeah.
Okay? Sometimes you pretend you are also reading something for the child to concentrate on reading.
You have to be involved.
You have to be involved.
Every step
you
of the way.
cannot just sit down and be watching TV. Have you finished your homework? No.
But you know that some parents, like you said, some parents too are dyslexic. And there are some parents too who don't know, because now the kind of assignments people give to students is not university level.
I want to give some I will not attempt it. I was a teacher, I was a head, and some of the work when my children bring it, I will say, go and see your math teacher. Ask him to explain it to me, please. I don't want that situation for my child to know that mommy couldn't do this.
I told my children that my math teacher died. So guess what happened? When there's always a math case, they say, oh, ask for mommy that her teacher died. They asked me when they book, but mommy, wait to. After that teacher died, they do for another teacher. Then when the sparkle came to me, she bought numeracy. And after we did the English, then she took the book, it was numeracy. She said, oh, mommy, I forgot. Your math teacher died. It was so funny.
You see, one thing I said parents know is that, you see, you don't just throw your child into the school there.
Okay.
Because the child spends a good number of hours
in the teacher. Yeah.
So be a friend to the teacher.
But you know that some parents that you would even say about your child, the way they will come and behave, it's like you are laying allegation on the child.
That's why I'm saying that parents are always in denial.
Okay.
If you, even you yourself, when you go to the hospital and they tell you that, oh, in your blood I've seen this, that,
I say, God forbid.
Parents are in denial, but they know that there's something wrong. Either they are feeling that the child is being lazy, doesn't want to work. So when the teacher will complain to you, if you don't go to the school, you look at your child's report, and the teacher will write it there.
But there are some parents that when they even see, they come and say, why do I even pay money? Is that not why I pay money for you people to teach the child?
So what we do is that we wait for you to throw yourself, do whatever you want to do, all the insults. The teacher will wait for you patient. When you finish, then we show you the books. Look at it. When we give this, that. I remember there was this parent in class 1. Okay. And this big doctor. The wife is a big doctor. They were all lecturers. Good. And they didn't understand that their son couldn't read or write.
It's not possible.
And it is our problem now. It's the teacher who is not teaching well. We invited them. I spoke to them that this is the problem. The teacher had always complained to me about when they give the child work, the child doesn't do the work, and all this, blah, blah. They didn't mind me. But all they wanted to say, when US, this boy was doing well, when we brought the child to Ghana, this is our education system. I said, okay. Then they left. Then I spoke to the class teacher. I said, look, let's get this handwriting books. Okay. Although they have some for classwork. But we put in handwriting book. Alright? Then we started scribbling. So we now started something like C, you do it continuously. You know they don't like that. You do it a little, you come and tell me that I am tired. You do it a little and come and tell me, I say, do it, go on. I'll give you something nice. Then one day, this boy came to my office, and I realized that he likes football. Okay. So I said, last night, what were you doing? I was just chatting. Last night, you didn't do your homework. What were you doing? He said, I was watching European stuff. He said, you like it? He said, yes. I said, I like it too. Then we started. So now when he sees me, when he's even coming towards me, instead of good morning, yesterday, man, you called this and that. I said, good, come, my friend. now, let's talk. So who scored the goal and all that. So I realized that this boy can retain, very creative, he knows the names of the players, he know who scored the goal, he know who fouled this person and that. And I said, no, if attention is paid to this boy, he can work. Yeah. Okay, so I spoke to the father. I said, please, you come down. Let's talk. Send this boy to assessment center. There's a center in Achimota school. Okay. So we sent them. Then they came into the report. And then we asked Dyslexia. They said, no problem. We picked it up. Okay. And we started. I told the class teacher, don't give him the normal way. Yeah, that's it. Let's start writing 1, 2, 3. Just 1, 2, 3 a day. Let him write. And you know, how old was he? He was 6. Okay. With those children, they have this attention span. But yeah, the ADHD. They cannot stay too long doing one thing. So when we finish, sometimes the teacher will be teaching in the class, and you get out and come and talk to me about Chelsea, Man U. We talk a little and I said, so have you finished writing now? He said, no. I said, go and write and come back. So he's eager. We did that slowly. And by the time this boy was getting out of class 1 to class 2, he started writing nicely. He started reading. Then the parents now said, which magic did you go perform? Well, we are not magicians, but we are here for you. Yeah. If you accept as a parent that my child has this learning disability, my child needs this, work with us. Yeah. Let's work together, and then we bring this child out.
Wow! If you're just joining us, welcome to the Fixers Show. I'm talking to Mrs Evelyn Emefa Lartey. She's a teacher, she's a headmistress, and she's been giving us some good scopes about dyslexia. Remember, October is the Dyslexia Awareness Month, and we on the Fixers Show are talking to parents, talking to school owners, guardians, even people with dyslexia to understand how they are coping with the condition. Thank you so much. So now, you have explained where the school comes in, and I think it's very strategic. But one of the things I believe is that it moves from the home into the school. How the parents handles it, then it will move all the way to the school, where the parents, the teachers will understand the peculiarity of the child's situation and is able to work. Okay, so one of the things I know about dyslexic children is they don't like to be involved because they don't want to read and they don't want to write. How do you incorporate them into the entire class structure? Okay, so you know, they withdraw, because they themselves know their problems. Okay. So even when we see children playing, you see them, standing maybe by the pillar or leaning somewhere, and they enjoy smiling and all that. Okay, so you give that child a role today. Okay, my friend, today or for this week, you are the section leader, or you are the role leader. You make sure when you finish exercise books, you collect all the exercise books, you come and put them down. You are doing this, you are doing that. Class prefect, you can ask them to pick up class prefect. You just put it there on them that you are the cupboard boy. So go and bring the English books. They, because you are involving them, they feel you are now belonging, that they'll come. They'll come into that situation. So how do you prevent bullying and jeering like a class teacher? You see, one funny thing is, children at home, they will laugh. They make a mistake, they will laugh. Even they laugh at teachers. Where I am coming from, university basic school, even you a teacher, when you write on the board and the spelling is not correct, somebody among them can call you, please, I've made a mistake. Wow. Yes. So children are like that. They are in their own world. Good. But what you can do is that you psych the class. Okay. You don't ask embarrassing questions. So this boy who already don't want to belong. Because some of them, when they are even bringing them to school and they see the classroom, they don't want to enter. You'll be crying and all that, and the teacher will pull them and be crying and all. Good. But you make the class accept this child.
Okay, and that is one thing I like very much about university basic school. Okay, I remember there was this girl I was teaching. Okay, I taught her from Form 1, Form 2, going to Form 3, and even her name she couldn't write. And you know, education system is telling us that don't repeat the child. Okay, if you are repeating the child, you are wasting the child's time. Okay, so maybe it's a school that is too high for the child to talk to parents, and they will draw this child to a school that is another. Yeah. But I realized this girl has a problem. So what I did was I picked this girl and I said, look, two girls are very good in the class. So I said, you, the two of you, be responsible for this girl. I spoke to them, I told them that look, one day we are all going out there, we will see our classmates. And this one will say, I'm working with this, I am at this bank, I am a lawyer, I'm a doctor. And if your classmate is a doctor, you work in the hospital. Coffee, I am here. You just walk into the hospital and they treat you. Okay, you expect that. Your friend is a lawyer, immediately you have a grab them, you call them, and then go. So, if the same way when you see your classmates who didn't do well in life, you cannot forgive yourself. So this is what we are doing. You, the two of you, pick this girl. Make sure she passes a BC. That was what I told them. And they said, yes, madam. It's okay. And then I picked few ones here. Okay. So, you know, those two girls started teaching her how to write a name. And now she became their friend. So you see them walk together during break and all that. They make sure she put all her notes. You know, the dyslexic, they can't movement, they can't hold the pen, they can't hold the pen. And that's what we teachers don't do well with. Because the class is large, we ignore them, or they want to be dropped, or the other. You know, once you can have 10 children passing, you are okay. Yeah. Good. So these girls came to tell me that she hasn't got notes. I said, okay. I said, you have to the grades that will be given at the end of BEC is coming to me. Okay. So all this my struggle about you will depend on your grades. So will you do it for me? She said yes. I said good. So now so these girls look at me. So you see them under the trees after break. You know,
I mean, she had a support system.
She had that support from those girls. And I can tell you by the grace of God, this girl, her worst grade was 5. Her worst grade was 5. And when the results came, I wasn't interested in anybody's result. I only that girl. So I went quickly to look at it. And I said, God, thank you. If it is because of this girl alone, I've come to teach in very basic school. I've done my work. All right? Yeah. So when when the results came, those days you don't go to look at it. You do it online. You know that you come to the school and you have to take care. So those two girls who took care of. I intentionally bought provision for them to take biscuits, chocolates, all those things. And then I gave to them, and they sent to school. This girl came, I embraced them, I congratulated her, and I said, because of you, I'll go far. Wow. And I was so happy. The parents came to help me. I said, it wasn't me, I only facilitated.
But now, this thing you are saying is not what is happening now. Now everybody is teaching for money. Yes. That teaching is a passion, teaching is a ministry. And because it is your passion, it is your ministry, you can do it. But what about those teachers who they are in class, they don't send you? That is the point. Do you understand? So that patience, that compassion, that empathy that the teachers have to have. So what do? Do you do like a training for the teachers?
Yes, we do this. You see what you are saying. Teachers will come to you and say, this boy is not doing, or the parents, maybe the school is not good for it. They'll come. The teachers will come to tell you all this. that means they are not ready to go
the extra mile
for this child. That we need to talk to them. So we organize this service training for them, workshops to expose them.
Okay.
So there was an issue where a child was embarrassed. So it was the parent of that child who went to there is a counseling center at the University of Ghana. Okay. To complain over there. Okay. So they quickly put up a program and then on dyslexia. Okay. Then another day they did autism. So now we have a teacher. Okay. We have a teacher who is just in charge of dyslexia. Wow. Then there's another one who is in charge of autism. Okay. Okay. So they handle these children. Wow.
I mean, they understand that the children have a challenge and they are able to do that. Wow.
And for before we and for parents, you know, these things are not good for these children. The sweet eating things, the drinks, the sugar, and all that. So if you notice those things in your child, delay speech, your child not being involved, or
being hyper.
You know, some can just bite. Because they want you to understand them, you're not understanding them. So it must do something for you to know that tantrums, to know that you are hurting them or it's around. Yeah, so let's cut down all the chemicals.
So what should they give? Natural juices?
Natural juice. I mean, cut oranges nicely and put in the bag. Okay. Get a small bowl. Cut pineapples. 2 fingers, 3 fingers of banana, some grandmas for the child to take. Natural fruits, yeah. Yes, if I say you should squeeze the juice, maybe you haven't handled it well between the hours of 6 o'clock to maybe 10, 11, when you get your snack, it will become fermented. So that one will be another problem. So cut them. You know, put an apple in the bag. So what I was doing was that at university when I was heading, there was this decree. I put it on all the parent platform. And I said Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, no child drinks a drink. Okay. No drink of any sort. You should bring fruits and it will work. This class 1 children, my office was closer to class 1. It was sandwich between 2 class 1 classes. They want you to see that they have brought the apple, they brought the fruit, the pineapple, and all that. You come and show it. Yes. I think when we do that, we also help them and make sure they eat healthy, like the vegetables. Children don't like to eat vegetables.
My daughter will remove the onions.
Good. I also have that thing in the house up to now. So what I do is I blend everything. Okay.
When you are doing eggs, you don't blend the onion now.
So you don't add the onion to the egg. You see, sometimes you can just blend the onion and pour it on the egg.
And mix it, That's also
so you blend everything and make the stews and the soup. Yes. You do it very well.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sister Emefa. This was a wonderful discussion. If you are a parent out there, you have a child that has we're not talking dyslexia and autism. I mean any learning disability. The first thing you do is you have to be patient. You have to be understanding. You have to have compassion. And you have to show empathy for that child. Even that child does not know what is happening to her. The child wishes to be better like the way you wish the child to be better. The child doesn't want to be whipped, doesn't want to be hit upside the head because he or she is not doing well in school. The child wants to do well. But we have to create the enabling environment for the child to do well. Yes, so if you're a parent out there and you have a child that is slow in talking, the speech, he cannot read, he cannot write, he cannot calculate, whatever the disability may be, make sure you take your time with that child. So your final words, I'm still talking to parents and to teachers. So look at the camera. What are your final words?
Oh, my final words is, in this children, God has given them to us. Whether it's your own child or it came to you as a pupil or as a student, you show them love.
Yeah.
Children like to grow, to develop in life. Once they see you care about them, they want to impress you. They want to reach the height you want them to reach. So let's calm down onto this earth. Parents, don't let us chase money. And then we go and get all this money, build all this money, buy all these cars. When we die, our children will sell all. They will sell all these things. Yes. And we have worked in vain. Whatever we are living for them. So let's show them love. Let's show up. Let's visit their schools and attend their PTA meetings. Good. PTA meeting, open days. Okay. The open day you sit with the teacher one-on-one and look into the books and start things. Okay. Yes. So let's be involved in bringing them up. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sister Emefa. It was good having you on the Fixers Show. We are still in the month of dyslexia. We are talking advocacy. We are talking awareness. Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. I remain Deborah Dodoche, aka The Fixer. Until I come your way next time, it is bye-bye. If you're not following us, follow us on The Fixer Show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will be bringing more discussions, more interviews. What have you? I'm going to dig the crannies of the earth, to dig to get people to come and talk about dyslexia. We'll be going to the TV, we'll be going to the radio, and very soon we'll be raising some fund. We're doing a fundraising for people to support so that we can reach out to many more children, many more parents, many more caregivers, and many more dyslexic children. Thank you so much. It is bye-bye from our end. So see you in the next episode. God bless you. Hello, you're welcome to the Fixers Show. Hello, you're welcome to the Fixers Show. Hello, Team Fixers. You are welcome to a fresh new episode of the Fixers Show. My name is Deborah Dodoche, aka The Fixer. Thank you so much for all your support,